Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to map a network drive in Windows 10. Now this is very simple. Now first of all you would want to actually open File Explorer. Now normally you can do this just by hitting the start menu down in the bottom left, but you may not actually have it there. So your options of opening File Explorer will either be using the Windows button and S so you can actually search for it, or I'll show you a little tip where if you right click on your desktop, choose Personalize, then hit the Start button and then choose which folders appear on Start. So at the moment you can see a load of these are off, so if I click down here there's nothing here. However, if I just enable File Explorer and I'll want to include Network just as an example, so we can now actually close out of this, and if we go back down here you'll now see that I have Network and File Explorer. So now you're in File Explorer, you want to actually choose this PC because you want to add or map a network drive here. To do that, just go up to the top of here, hit the button and choose Map Network Drive. Now once you're in the network drive, you can assign any drive letter that's available. So you'll see here I've already got C, D and E. So I can either continue that on with any letter from there, or I can just choose the default one. It'll come up with Z. And then from here, your network attached storage device or other sort of PC or server that you're mapping a drive to, you can either browse your network, so if it's discoverable across it, or you can manually type in the address. As you see in the example here, you can type // the server name and then the folder. So if I wanted to, I could type in Paragon /YouTube. Now that would allow me to connect to the YouTube folder stored on my NAS. However, I wouldn't recommend using server names because some people do tend to have problems with it, and in my opinion it's always better to use the actual IP address of it, especially if you've used a fixed IP address. Now once you've typed in the address that you're going to be using for it, you then want to ensure that you've got reconnect at sign in. So this is when you restart your PC, the map drive will always be there. And because my NAS actually has its own authentication, I want to connect using different credentials to what I use to log into my PC. Okay, so that's all that done. So click finish, and then what I want to do is just type in the username and password for it. So that's going to be admin, my password name, and then hit OK, and then straight away you can see that it's mapped directly to this folder under the IP address with the Z asphyxiation. Now if we go back to this PC, you'll see that it just appears under network locations, and you can see I've got 3 terabytes free of 5.23 terabytes of the drives that's currently stored in the NAS device, and that's mapped directly to that folder. So whenever I'm doing my YouTube videos and stuff, I can now actually just simply transfer it through File Explorer, or what used to be called Windows Explorer. A quick tip: if you want to quickly go to File Explorer without having to go through the start menu, if you just actually right click down here and then choose Pin to Taskbar, that'll actually keep it there. So if we close out of them, you can still see that the icon stays there. We can move that wherever we want along the taskbar, and then whenever I just want to jump back into it, it's one click and here I am in File Explorer. So that's all there really is to mapping a network drive through File Explorer. Now you can use the netuse command should you wish to do so. If you want to learn more about this, I will actually include a link to this particular web page from technet.microsoft.com so you guys can learn a bit about it, because it has examples and explains how to properly use it. But as a brief example, you will use these commands in the command prompt. So to open the command prompt is Windows S, then type CMD and then press enter, and then this will open this for you, and essentially it's the exact same practice, but you are manually typing out. So you would type net use, then the drive letter you wish to assign. So for example we would just choose M /, then space, then the server name or the IP address. So if we do the / 192.168.0.20 / and then we will say downloads. And then what we actually want to do, if we press enter now, this will map the drive, but if I restart the PC, that drive will no longer be there. So we want it to be persistent, so we want it to stay there. So for that you want to do / P /, and then put yes. Now after that, press enter and it will say it's been completed successfully. And to check this, if we go back to File Explorer, you'll see straight away that the downloads folder from this IP address has actually arrived without any problem. So these drives will stay here every time I restart my PC because they've been set up absolutely perfectly. So that's it, that's all there is to it, guys. If you do have any questions or you want to learn a bit more about it, drop a comment below, I'll be happy to answer your questions. If you're a Mac user and you'd like to see a similar tutorial on OS X, then again drop a comment below, let me know, and I'll happily do that for you guys. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.